Our planet is a grid in the universe, one of millions other planets. But celestial beings pay special attention to it because this is their experiment. The significance of this event lies in the fact that besides our Earth, there are exactly two more which are existing with displacement in time. The Earth of the future is 200 years ahead of us, and the Earth of the past is 18 years behind us. These planets are not holograms, and they are material, physical. They exist in different dimensions. The appearance of the humankind made creation of duplicate planets a necessity. The superior beings saw that from very first steps of their existence as civilization, human beings began to distort their plans, which could have resulted in failing of their experiment with the human race. Therefore, a demand for duplicate has arisen. First duplicate of the modern Earth made its appearance after the first civilization. This was the Earth of the future. Celestial teachers created it same as our planet, but only with difference in time, its starting point. This course of events was implemented into the scheme of the Earth of the future. There it was decided to work throughout situations and to develop scenarios so corrections would be made for progression on our Earth. For further security, one more Earth was created with a time delay, the Earth of the past. Because of the wrong choice of the humankind, the Earth of the future has perished from a nuclear war. The war has destroyed everything on the planet, and the planet itself. Therefore, all efforts of celestial beings are directed towards salvation of our planet and the Earth of the past. They do not wish same explosion of our planet that have happened to the Earth of the future. In order to correct a similar situation again, a special new project of God has been developed by celestial beings. It concludes in itself sending souls of messengers into the earth and forwarding new knowledge with them for the humankind. New knowledge contains powerful energy, and it is able to save people and the planet. The correction of consciousness should initiate a change in the human behavior which could impact choices in life situations. And correct conclusions based on the learning of new knowledge would have united the whole humankind and resulted in rejection of wars and violence, which is the way for salvation for the whole planet. Savior knowledge was passed to the humankind via messengers. Seklitova Larisa Alexandrovna, Strelnikova Lyudmila Leonovna, and Strelnikov Alexander Ivanovich. These are highly potential universal souls that came from higher dimensions of the divine hierarchy, whom are gathered into one family to fulfill their mission. Seklitova Larisa Alexandrovna has the most potential and might, which she developed in herself during her going through the stages of progression in her past life as the planet. Souls like this possess global knowledge of the universe and the great potential. They are sent into the earth in extraordinary situations, such as during civilization changing, so they can create new teaching. Celestial beings had worked extensively to house mighty potential soul into a physical body of a human without incinerating the body. From 1989 and 10 years thereafter, messengers went through life challenges and they channeled the transcendental knowledge from different levels of celestial hierarchy. They stepped higher and higher up in their comprehension until they were presented with the opportunity to meet God, creator of the universe, himself, and to learn about special project for soul's perfection and salvation through the religion. Channeler is the person who is built in a special way to receive new energy from the universe and to distribute it among others. Energy is the information, and difficult information is increased and it might. Channeler is translating new information into human language, making it available to a broad public. Channeler is the translator of the information from the spiritual world into our physical world. Larissa Alexandrovna Seklitova accepts new knowledge from above, and Ludmila Leonovna Strelnikova translates information into modern conceptions, which are comprehensible for a modern man, and she is doing so by dividing this information into a few subordinate levels, so majority of souls at different stages of their progression could understand it. Messengers have transformed mighty energy of the great fire sent down by God once in 2,000 years into new knowledge. This teaching is reflected in 4-book series, which equals 62 books by December 2017, and it is for the whole humankind. The information presented in new books is unique, since it contains knowledge not being discovered by the human until now. At the present time, there are many religions and sub-religions, therefore all people are divided religiously. God has created different religions for nations, aiming to form different mechanisms that could manufacture different types of energies for his hierarchical systems. Each nation produces its own energy type for the communal power base of the Creator. Every religion has its own sacred book that serves as a guide that is regulating energy exchange between earthly and celestial and between people. People of the earth had to create a palette of energies until 2000. This scheme for the air of Pisces from the above is over now and is complete. And mighty new scheme has begun for the air of Aquarius that will break an old and create a new. Earth is transforming into a range of more powerful energy. Therefore, all humankind and the planet itself must transform into the next level, which is only possible to achieve by working with new and difficult information that is built on superior energy. Old religions will vanish on the earth, a new religion will come instead, unified religion. There will be only one nation of the earth called Gold Race. It will base its spiritual quest for knowledge on knowledge of laws of existence of celestial worlds, but not on religion. Unified religion or monotheism will bring truth to the humankind. Instead of religious fairy tale scenarios, there will be reality from the knowledge of universal laws, which human being will be aware of it in the same way as all other intellectual beings at the universe. The humankind will pivot from religion tales toward the knowledge of universal laws. They will yearn toward an observation and following the base of new knowledge laid in a book called Laws of Universe or Fundamentals of Existence of the Divine Hierarchy. This is a great book, and the future belongs to it as it was dictated by God. The information presented in this book contains knowledge, might, and power from celestial entities that no other printed book that exists can compare with. At this given moment in time, There is no other book that is more powerful. On an invisible spiritual plan, this book is shining because it radiates energy. And because of that, Vanga, the Bulgarian prophet, called this book Fire Bible, and she has predicted its appearance back in 1978. There is an ancient teaching in India, the teaching of White Brotherhood. It will spread out all over the world. It will be published in new books, and they will be read everywhere on earth. There will be the Fire Bible. The day will come when all religions will disappear. Only the teaching of White Brotherhood will remain. Just like white light, it will cover the earth, and thankfully to it, people will be saved. New teaching will arrive from Russia, which will be cleansed first. White Brotherhood will spread throughout whole Russia, and it will start marching throughout the world. This will happen 20 years later, and not before. After 20 years, you will reap your first big harvest. In 1998, as was foreseen by Vanga, Seklitova had begun to partake laws of the universe. She was challenging them almost 2 years and completed promptly by a year of 2000. Everything that exists in the universe was created according to laws and perfecting by laws. World is being created by laws and is being ruled by laws. Not a single being can live outside of laws. Long time, human being was left in ignorance and illusions regarding himself and the world which surrounds him. But at this stage of soul's progression, which has developed much comprehension and ability to understand more, God gives an opportunity to learn about hierarchical laws and to step up as an equal into the world progression along with other entities that exist beside human being and are independent of him. Laws are allowing human being to choose consciously way of his own perfection and to achieve excellence on his way toward the hierarchy. Laws are helping to find out his own place in the universe and the meaning of existence, which is in a soul perfection in collaboration with celestial beings. There are certain periods in the history of humankind where soul's maturity is being tested. One of these periods is occurring now. All deeds and desires of a human being are laying down onto the scale. So now it is very important to pass new laws and new knowledge that can serve as life-saving belt. Studying laws and the desire to understand celestial beings will allow a soul of a human being to resist all temptations and to collect extra plus points so he can continue and perfect in his never-ending evolution.